Hey guys, so it's been a little bit over a year, and I can finally say that I am a blue belt now, which is amazing. It's been a really interesting journey thus far. There has been points, especially in the beginning, where I almost quit this whole journey, and along the way, of course, there's some stuff that is pretty obvious that you should be doing in terms of trying to get better at jiu-jitsu and trying to go and get promoted from white belt to blue belt. But here are a few things that I really noticed in my journey after kind of reflecting a little bit and getting my blue belt. Three things that I really noticed that was helpful in order for me to kind of reach my blue belt a bit quicker maybe than if I wouldn't have done these next three things that I wanted to share with you guys today, in hopes that it helps you guys go from white belt to blue belt a little bit quicker. Of course, we need to put in the time. Nothing's going to be given for free. But I just observed that these three things that I'm going to talk to you guys about really helped me personally kind of achieve this step a little bit quicker. So the first one for me is definitely consistency. I can tell you that I started going, I believe it was like 2 times a week to jiu-jitsu. I tried for it to be consistently 2 times every single week. Then it got to a point where I almost quit, started going like only 1 time a week, and I was kind of like all over the place. Once I actually talked to myself and decided, okay, I want to do 3 days a week. I want to train 3 days a week consistently. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm gonna set that in my head. And those are the days that are non-negotiable. So I have to go all those 3 days and train, whether it snows, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. The only thing that can keep me away from that was if I was like very sick or some injury, then yeah, of course I can't go. But in my head, I told myself like I really needed to be consistent with my training. And if, for you guys, if it's only going 1 day a week, that's fine too to start. Just make sure that you kind of keep your own word and you actually are going consistently to class. I find that consistency really kind of molds into eventually going more days to train, just because you kind of want more and you're seeing progress as you go, right? When we all start, we're all the nail for the most part, right? We're being hammered by everybody. And even now, I still get hammered, of course, for sure. Just a little bit less, but still get hammered. But when you actually start being consistent in your working out and you see progress as you go, you will see that you will actually find, if it's only 1 time a week that you're training or 2 times a week, you'll see that as you progress, you're gonna want to go, let's say like an extra day a week. Just whatever it is, just try to make sure that you're actually consistent with your working out and that you're going every single week to train, for sure. And number two, I really observed that part of my progress and of being promoted to blue belt was accountability. I don't know how it is with you guys and your gyms. I would love to know in the comments below. In our gym, I actually go to the 6 o'clock in the morning class, the early crew, and we actually have a WhatsApp thread with almost all of us that go to that morning class. Of course, during the day, some jokes are thrown in there and some memes and whatnot. But most of all, we have that camaraderie and we have that accountability from all of us. So if we see that such and such person is not showing up for more than a day or two, we actually reach out to them and say, "Hey, are you okay? Everything is fine." And that kind of keeps you in check, because many a times we actually decide to not go to class, and when we look back and our day starts going, we knew that we actually could have gone to class. We were just like maybe too tired, or we just didn't want to get up, you were extra sleepy. And there's like a ton of reasons for you not to go, of course, if you allow your brain to tell that to you. But I find that having a solid group of friends or teammates that you can kind of hold accountable to is of great help. You miss a class, you'll see people posting pictures and videos when they do go to class, and it will kind of give you a little bit of FOMO. and kind of set your mind right in terms of trying to not be that person that's missing class just because. If you don't have an excuse to miss class, you shouldn't be missing class. And I just feel that if you have a group of people, or even if it's just one person in your gym, but ideally if it's a group of people that you guys kind of get along and you can help hold each one of you guys accountable with each other, I think is great, and it has done wonders for me. Like, it's really pretty amazing what having a group of people to back you up does to improve your jiu-jitsu. I hope your gym's the same way, that you have a few people that are actually like amazing, cool, down-to-earth, good people that just want to see everybody else progress. So, and number two, accountability, and just having that, I guess, that camaraderie and having other people into the mix. And you guys can always like share different techniques, what works, what doesn't work, if there's a competition. It really gets pretty interesting and pretty cool to kind of have this community within a WhatsApp thread, or even a text thread, or IG thread, whatever the case may be. So it's something that I would really highly recommend you guys do. And then at number three, one thing that I think helped me the most get from my white belt to my blue belt was competing. At the beginning, I was a little bit reluctant to compete just because of all the stress and anxiety that comes with competing. It's definitely not the same when you're rolling in class with people that you know on a daily basis versus going to a tournament and facing somebody that you've never faced in your life before, having your friends and family there, your teammates, people screaming, their coach screaming, your coach screaming, giving you kind of like telling you what to do and what not to do, and it gets a little bit intense. Now, once I did my first comp as a white belt, again, I'm 43 years old, so I'm a Master 3, ultra heavyweight. Once I did my first comp, I actually got first place in no-gi, and I got second in gi, which is another, that's a different subject for a different day in terms of like doing gi and no gi within the same day, comp-wise, but we'll leave that for another time. As of right now, I can tell you that after my first comp, and of course I was lucky enough to kind of place in that first comp, it led me to do another comp, which wasn't that great, to be honest with you. I even got like a light ACL tear, or sprain, better said, that had me out for like a month and a half or so. But once I came back from that little sprain, I really talked to myself and told myself, you know what, like, I'm actually gonna really, really, really invest everything in terms of my free time into jiu-jitsu. I have my family, I have my business and other endeavors, and any other space and time that I have left, I'm gonna dedicate it to jiu-jitsu, and that's what I did. I started seeing more videos online in my free time. I bought the Flow Grappling subscription to see like live comps, and just pretty much immerse myself in this world, which competing led me to. Also, I find that when you compete, you actually are a lot more, how you say this, you're a lot more focused and intentional with your training. Because if you know that you have a tournament coming up, you have a comp coming up, you really know what your weaknesses are, which is, of course, is a bunch of them, but you know which ones are like the biggest weaknesses that you have. So I found that by me competing on a regular basis, that as a hobbyist, I would say it's like once every 2 or 3 months, I found myself actually going into class being a lot more intentional with my training. I know that what works best for me, what doesn't work, what position I really need to be I need to be more in to kind of work on it and get better at, and so on. So competing is the last of the three tips or suggestions that I wanted to share with you guys in terms of things that helped me go from white to blue. I feel like a little bit quicker, just because I want to say I did 4 comps I did 4 comps before getting to blue, and in between all those comps was a lot of months of intentional training and very focused training, and I think it just made me a much better jiu-jitsu player, a little bit quicker than if I would have not competed. Just because I found myself when I started training, and I of course was a white belt, and I started training, I went to class, and some days I would be like very like on hand and just like very focused, but then other days I would be there, but mentally I wouldn't be there. And I just find that when you do compete, it really pushes you to try to be the best you can be. So I just really recommend you guys do a comp. You know, if you've never done it, just do one. Just do one, see how it goes, and just don't set yourself any expectations. Like the only expectations that you should have for yourself for any, like for your first comp, is honestly just to train as hard as you can and give it your best when you do compete. If you do so, doesn't matter if you place first, second, third, or you don't place, it doesn't matter. Like you went there, you gave it your all, and that's really what matters. Like you'll see how that will actually make your jiu-jitsu better as you go along. So in summary, consistency, keep going to class every single week. If it's only one time a week, it's one time a week, but just make sure that you go every single week. Accountability, have a friend or a group of friends that you guys have like a thread, a chat, whether it's on WhatsApp or a text message on Instagram, and kind of keep active on that chat and keep each one of you guys accountable to each other. And 3, compete. Competing, I think, is definitely one of the quickest fast pass, I would say, in terms of not only getting promoted maybe a little bit quicker, but also in your jiu-jitsu getting a lot better quicker, without a doubt. So I hope you guys found all these 3 tips helpful. Let me know where you guys are at in your jiu-jitsu journey down below. Let me know if there's any other tips that you guys would like to share with other people in our community. And again, I hope that this video was of service to you guys, and I'll definitely be catching you guys soon. Peace.